Hello and welcome. Today we'll take a look at Miro for collaboration. Miro I have used extensively for a lot of training and for a lot of PI planning, and it continues to be a good planning tool and a good collaboration tool because of its nature. So when using Miro, the things you need to look out for is first having access to the Miro board. And how do you have access to the Miro board? To have access to a Miro board, you would be sent a Miro link by your facilitator or by the person who is organizing the training session, and they would ensure that you can have access to the Miro board. What if you are the one creating the Miro board yourself? You go to the share and it brings up an area for you to look out for Miro, and then you go down editor so that everyone who's on that team can edit. Then you copy the link. Yeah. Once you copy the link, you can now share the link with the team that is going to be using Miro. So in our case, the link for using Miro would come to you in a form like this. So you can access the Miro link, and when I click on the Miro link, it gives me access to the Miro board. So I could click on it, and here is access to the Miro board. Because I'm working off a board and it gives me direct access to the board. So now I have two Miro boards showing. When you would be accessing the board, you might be asked to log into Miro, or it will allow you to just enter some few details and then you have access to the board. When you come onto the board, you want to be able to move around the board and make life easy. So first I'll say, when you come onto the board, be able to scroll in and out of the board. Yeah. And to move around the board, you need to use the letter V. So the letter V allows you to be able to move around the board much more easily. So I'll just put the letter V here. The letter V allows you to move around the board much easily, and you are able to go to all the key areas that you want on the board. So making sure that you can go onto the board and click on V. V would either give you the cursor sign. So V is going to give you the cursor sign, or V is going to give you, when you click outside, it's going to give you the hand sign. The hand sign allows you to move around the board and to go to any area on the board and to also find where the work is being done. You should be able to just move around the board much more easily. So remember, the letter V is the key item you need to find on your keyboard, and it allows you to have a select sign to select any item on the board, and it allows you to have the V hand sign to move around the board. Yeah, I tend to use my mouse. It makes life easier when I am moving around the board because it allows me to pick up the board. It's an expansive board. You can move anywhere and you can take a look at an item, expand into it, and then come out of that. When you're expanding, it doesn't impact anyone else's screen. Yeah. So moving around the board, don't forget the letter V. Next as well, you can expand your work so that you have a big view. There's not ever a small word, but when you put an item on the board, it could be very small. But the moment you scroll in, it expands the work to even the small, having the just the letter showing on your board, if that's all you want to. And let's just say at this point, I want to put in a post-it. Keep going. You can have the post-it in it and you can scroll it down and it will become very small. So it's an expansive board. You can go in, go out, and put even post-its in letters. Yeah. Now that we've covered number 4, expanding the board. To expand the board, remember being able to just click on an area and expand on it, scroll in and scroll out. It gives you the opportunity to work on that particular area of the board. Next, when you come on to Miro number 5, finding the team board to work on. That could be considered a big task because when you come on to Miro, there might be a few bots to work on. So in this case, there are about 3 bots to work on. In this case, your collaborator should be able to tell you which team you belong to so that you could look for your team's board and come directly to that particular team's board. So the moment you come on the board, you should be part of a team, or it's either you are working in a group. Finding the board is so important so that you can work on it. And for you, the collaborator as well, make the board easy so that people can go around the board. And as you can see on my introduction to Miro, I have it well numbered. It allows people to know how we're moving on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once it's well numbered, people can move around on the board. So find the area you are working on and use the board to support you. Next is starting to type on the board. You can type by bringing in a post-it note. Once you have the post-it note, you can expand on it, open it up, and then you can start typing. Miro is fun. And you can also delete or remove an item. Once you start typing, you can type outside of it, bring the cursor sign, and then you can move the board to a position that makes it work for you. You can remove the cursor sign and also pick up the item and continue typing on the board. Typing is selecting and you have the cursor sign show, and then you can continue. Takes a few minutes to learn. However, sometimes Miro can be considered as very clunky. I've been working on it for many years, so it allows me to use it much easily. Yeah. Next is number 7, moving items to different areas on the board. So you can move the item here, you can move an item there, you can change position, you can make things move anywhere you want to. You should just be able to pick up an item, or else we could lock up an item, and that is usually done by the facilitator. When an item is locked, you can't move it around on the board. Even though you might try, it's well locked so that it stays where it is. So I can also click to unlock the items. Yeah. So moving items on the board is much easier, but to move around, it's always the hand sign that allows you to move around. Adding and removing post-its. Post-its are the key things we use on Miro boards. You can go on the side and click on post-its and bring a new post-it. Or you could duplicate a post-it by pressing Ctrl D. That gives you a duplicate. Or you can also delete a post-it. Yeah. Once you delete the post-it, it goes away and you don't have to worry. So you can always add and remove a post-it. Post-its are quite easy. Once you have it, you just start typing in it and working away. Number 9 is setting up an organized area to enable your team work effectively. Miro is an expansive board. You can move everywhere and anywhere on the board, but making sure that people who come on the board can find the working area is important. Number the various areas on the board so that when you tell people, let's move to area number 8, anyone can find it. It's making sure your board is well ordered so that anyone can move around on the board. Yeah. Lastly, number 10 is adding items or pictures to the board to make it look fancy. You can come here, media, and start looking out for pictures. And you can look for images and animals, fashion, food. It's almost lunchtime, so I like to add a food item onto the board. That's it. I've got a food item. I could scroll it in, make it much smaller, and it's almost lunch. Why not? I like to have a nice delicacy. So you can bring pictures, you can bring items to make your board beautiful. Miro is a great tool. Use it effectively to collaborate, bring people onto the board to brainstorm and make it fun as well. There will be people who would find it hard to use Miro, but going through these 10 steps can help them use Miro quite easily. Thank you.